Howdy. Today we're looking at Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is a redeco of Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. Ultra Magnus comes with two accessories, the first of which is a blaster, with a handle intended for robot mode and a handle intended for vehicle mode. He also comes with a sword. This sword is very cool in its own right, but it can also separate into three pieces. The main blade comes off, and then the handle, via a very strong connection, pegs into the lower half of the blade. After separating these pieces, you can then bring back the blaster, connect the handle to the handle intended for robot mode. The lower blade can then attach, and then the upper part of the blade can attach. This forms a giant sword that Ultra Magnus can wield to take out even the strongest of foes. In robot mode, he is capable of holding the sword with both hands, although it does have to be above his head. He can't really hold it below his waist. But he looks great, and doing a little searching, it turns out this sword is based on the Corona Glaive from Transformers Fall of Cybertron. It is supposedly Optimus Prime's weapon, but there's no real proof, and if you want to read more, you can look it up on TF Wiki. One side of the figure people very rarely cover is the back, and I think it's important on the Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron characters especially, since you only see the back of these characters for the majority of the game. I think they did a decent job on the upper back, but when it comes to the legs, it's just kind of really hollow and sad. Here's how Deluxe Ultra Magnus scales with Deluxe Class Deep Cover, Voyager Class Sweep, and Leader Class Grimlock. I wanted to showcase how, even though this figure is quite a few years old now, it still scales relatively similar to modern figures. Here's how Deluxe Ultra Magnus scales with a Legends Class Data Disc, Deluxe Class Shockwave, Voyager Class Sound Blaster, and Combiner Ruination. In his vehicle mode, Ultra Magnus is a stylized Cybertronian truck. However, this version of the character looks very different from how the character looks in the Fall of Cybertron video game. Despite that, this character still looks good in vehicle mode, and as I alluded to earlier, you can use one of the angled handles on the blaster to plug the blaster into the back of the truck mode. Here's how Deluxe Ultra Magnus scales with Deluxe Class Deep Cover, Voyager Class Artfire, and Leader Class Laser Optimus Prime. Here's how Deluxe Ultra Magnus scales with Deluxe Class Sideswipe and Voyager Class Blaster. I hope you've enjoyed this brief look at Ultra Magnus. If there are any figures you'd like me to check out next, leave a comment down below. And as always, I'm Leo, reminding you that plastic toys don't belong in plastic prisons. See you next time.